I would like to show you today how the vocoder works on the Korg Kronos, using the song Radio Gaga as an example. Please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you click the bell, you won't miss any new tutorials, songs, sounds, or anything else. I wish you a lot of fun. In addition to the Korg Kronos, you will need a dynamic microphone. I personally use a Synthesizer E945, and I generally get along quite well with it. And you need a cable from XLR, from the microphone to a stereo jack, a balance jack, which then goes into the Korg Kronos. Then the fun begins. You plug the jack into the Korg Kronos. I use input 1 for this, but you can also use input 2. Then you will see a switch. When it is out, indicates microphone. When it is in, it indicates line. We have a microphone connected, so we will leave it out. If he doesn't do it now, we will press it once, and then we have a level control with which we can adjust the signal. I will show you more about this shortly. I now turn it all the way up, because the level display on the Korg Kronos is a bit peculiar. I've found that you need an incredible amount of signal, or maybe I'm doing something wrong. If anyone knows better, I would of course appreciate being corrected. If we now click on the audio and sampling tab, we can check the input here. Provided we have it in global mode, we have turned it on. Not the input, but we have set the global mode so that we can see the level display. We can test this, and yes, we hear a signal coming out. You can clearly hear that the signal is distorting, which is also visible in the upper right corner above the level display, where there is a red text indicating distortion. There are 3 possible solutions: lower the input gain, increase the distance from the microphone, or simply speak more quietly. You just need to see what works best for you. Then we set the pan control to center, as we want the signal to come evenly from both sides. Next, we set the FX control base to 1. There you can choose 1 or 2 and then later select which effect you would like to control. And then I switch the bass select to left-right just to see if the microphone is really coming through cleanly and then appearing on my speaker. It actually does. Let me show you again where to turn on the level meters. We go into the global menu, and then we can see right here at the bottom in the basic menu, level meters off. If you check the box, meaning the red square, then they are off, and this way they are on. Next, I need to find my carrier wave, which is on timbre 12. The vocoder always requires a bass sound to function. I can actually choose any sound, but of course each sound will naturally sound different with the microphone. Not every sound works equally well in terms of volume and frequencies and so on. You have to experiment a bit. And I have now simply chosen the sound that I selected earlier on the Poly 6 surface and then taken it. Next, we will select the vocoder as an effect. For this, we go to the IFX tab to the next available effect. For me, that would be effect 5. And for that, I go down in the bar to insert and use FX, which is located under equalizer and filter, and should be number 26 if I'm not mistaken. Then we naturally turn on the effect, lower the 2 sends controls so that I don't use the MFX and TFX effects. I don't want that, and it doesn't make much sense either. And exactly, then we route the channel that is timbre 12 to the effect TO5. Now let's go back into the effect and check if everything is correct and see if the settings are all appropriate. In the source, we definitely need to have FX Control 1 selected because we selected it earlier in the audio input menu. That would be our carrier wave. All other settings significantly affect the sound. You can experiment a bit as you need, but now it should basically work. What I still do, because I have problems with the volume, is go to the next effect and always have a stereo compressor applied here. However, I only use it as a gain adjust to make the outgoing signal a bit louder. This might just be my own limitation, so you can experiment a bit and see if you can do it better than I can. But this is one way to stabilize the signal and make it louder. What is very important now is that, since it is a carrier signal and the vocoder effect is being used, the whole thing only works if you play the sound. This means you need to speak into the microphone while pressing the keys, and you should have the sound assigned to those keys or to the pads as I do in part. Then it all works. Don't be surprised, by the way, I turned off the level meters again and the video is edited because they consume a bit of resources, and I can just save that since I don't need those things anyway. I apologize for the performance. I was playing with both hands while also holding the microphone because I didn't have a microphone stand or a microphone holder for a tripod available. I hope I could help you a little and that you learned something about how this works now. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out as always.